Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. For everyone else, welcome back. It is July 31st, and my brain is kind of perplexed at where the first 7 months of the year have gone. But I know that we've had them. I know I've done stuff. But here we are. It's 4 o'clock, and I really feel that I've not done a whole lot today, but I also have to remind myself I've only been up for 4 hours. Last night I stayed up almost all night finishing Where He Can Find You, I think is the name of it. Anyway, you'd have to watch last week's vlog. I stayed up all night finishing a psychological thriller, is what you need to know for this one. So I got up late. I tidied up my house just a little bit. I am waiting on my husband to get up so I can do things like vacuum, the noisier tasks, because he was up even later than I was. But I wanted to start this vlog with some happy mail I got. I ordered a few things from Hubman and Chub Girl that were not part of my monthly subscription, and they sent me the goodies I ordered plus my monthly subscription all in one box, which is super awesome of them. And so I have that. So I wanted to show you that. I'm also feeling a little crafty right now, so I do want to do some watercolor painting. And I need to set up my reading tracker for the month of August. So I'm going to do all of that, and while I do that, I am going to listen to an audiobook. I'm going to listen to These Is My Words, which is the book club pick that one of my coworkers sent me for her book club. And it's the Diary of Sarah Pinner, I think. I don't have my phone with me. It's in the other room. So I'm going to listen to that one. I looked to see if I could find the ebook or something. I'm going to look on a few other I just checked Libby. Libby had the audiobook but not the ebook. And I checked Kindle, and it's not part of KU. So I'm going to look on Hoopla and Everand and see if either of those have it. Because with it being a book club pick, I do want to try to pick that up in that so that I can highlight things and make notes, which my Kindle will let me do. Other than that, I also have 2 e-arcs that come out on the 4th, August 4th, that I want to try to read. So I'm trying to cram in 3 books between now and the 4th. We'll see how that goes, but let's check out my happy mail, or at least part of my happy mail, and see what I got. Alright, so here's the happy mail box, and when we open it up, I've already opened it, and I'm glad I did, because I took out the packaging paper, and in one of the things it had some extras I ordered for the month, or for September, that I'm not going to show quite yet. But first up, I got these stamps. It comes with the ink pad. I'm going to go on ahead and open it. These are stationery stamps that I can use in place of drawing my little calendars. So this one has a bear and a bunny at the top. This one has a cow. This one has a fox. And the last one has, I think that's a cat and a dog. So I'll be using these in my bullet journal to track my reading. But also in here, I got a few things. I got 6 little book trackers, some to-do stickers, some goals stickers, and I got a clean the kitty litter box stickers. And then along with that comes a thank you card with some other stickers that are on here. I hadn't gotten this before, so I think that's a new thing that they're doing. But I think it might be just when you make a order of the things. And then this is my monthly stickers. So those I'm going to leave in the envelope, and I'll unbox those at the end of the month when I do my September bullet journal. Alright, so I am 72% through. These is my words. I'm really enjoying this one. It is Sunday morning. So my goal of finishing this one before the 4th is definitely achievable. I have a feeling though that the e-arcs are not going to be finished by the 4th. But that's okay. We're just one book at a time, and that's all I can do. As far as these is my words, this story has moments where it is just gut-wrenching, and other moments where it is just so sweet, and I'm really enjoying it. We're kind of in a sweet part right now, and so I am excited to finish this book. And so I'm going to put my earbuds in and see where the rest of this book takes me. Well, it is Monday night. I did finally finish These Is My Words. Last night I got to 90% of the book and then just was so tired I couldn't keep going. So I stopped and finished it this morning, and that was such a interesting story. Seeing how much that Sarah Prine goes through and the life she lives is very interesting. It does make me want to pick up Sarah's Quilt. I think it's the next one. I think I'm gonna wait just a little bit for now, partly because the book club is tomorrow night for that one. One of my coworkers invited me, told me she thought I would enjoy the book, and she was absolutely right. It was a good one. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I really had a great time with this one. However, it's not something I naturally would gravitate to. So that being said, it is time to get my next read, and I think I'm going to do The Castle and the Cloister next. This one is what is this one? Let me pull up. The Castle and the Cloister. It is a fantasy. Oh, this is the one between the Kingdom of Honoria and the Kingdom of Ivor, I believe. I'm not seeing the... It is Honoria for the main one. The personalized information on this says that it looks like a strong match. It aligns with my other highest ratings: survivors of abuse, fierce protective drive to save a child. So it has the emotional nerve. It says what makes this particularly fitting is the psychological tension of the test Fia must pass, which transforms the political struggle into the kind of intense personal trial you often gravitate toward. So I'm going to give this one a shot. It's 450 pages, and it technically comes out tomorrow. This is an e-arc. So I'm going to give this one a shot, and hopefully the personalized AI synopsis, or what is that, suggestion, will tell me something, or will be correct, because the other one I have is Blightfall. This one I'm 99% sure I'm going to like, but I really want the audio for this one. I believe the audio is done by the same who did Arturo in the Skyward series. So I'm going to hold off on that one until tomorrow, or until after tomorrow, because then I will have the audiobook for it. So I am going to get started on The Castle and the Cloister, and I will let you know what I think soon. Hello everyone. I am in a book hangover. It is Friday night, and I have had an abysmal reading week for me. In just a second, I'm gonna fill in my first week of August, and show you how bad it's been. Oh my gosh, These Is My Words has really, really sent me into a hard reading hangover. I enjoyed that book so much that doing The Castle and the Cloister by Laura Weymouth, I'm enjoying the writing of it. I'm enjoying the characters. I'm enjoying the book. But I'm not able to focus on it. It has been the craziest week in the whole wide world as far as reading goes for me. Probably not the whole, like, it's probably not even, honestly, the worst reading hangover I've had in a year. But still, I'm just really struggling with this right now. It feels weird to be this slow at reading a book that I'm enjoying this much. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put the camera on my bullet journal and we're gonna fill out the last few days of July, and then fill in August and see where I'm sitting. Because I have a feeling that sticking with the page numbers that I upped it to for July and June is not gonna be what needs to be done for August. So let's see where we're at and go from there. Alright, so here are my pages looking at the 29th. I have my phone here. The 29th, I read 309 pages. So it's purple. And then the 30th was 408 pages. The 31st was 61 pages. All right, so there are pages. Let me go to my journal. That's the 29th. All right, the 29th, I finished that one, which is a romance. All right. Romance for the 29th. Oops, hold the camera still. The 30th was a thriller, which is light blue. And then the 31st was a historical, which is this brown color. All right. Doop. Okay, then format. The 29th was This Book Made Me Think of You, which I did digital and audio. So the purple is digital. Where No One Can Find You, I did digital and audio. And then These Is My Words. That one I did digital and audio. All right. So the purple is digital. This teal color is audio. Hold on. I have a goof. All right. The 28th should have been a light blue. Aw, dang it. Okay, I can't really fix that, except we'll do this. It'll give the same idea, just in the wrong spot. All right. I hate when I do that. But it is what it is. I got mixed up. Okay, so over here, I did make some changes in my thing because I was reading a little bit more broadly. Although I think I'm going to regret separating sci-fi and fantasy this much, but that's okay. Alright, we'll keep sci-fi and fantasy blue, dark blue. We'll do mystery and thriller light blue. Romance, we're gonna do pink. Historical, I'm gonna go on ahead and do this green. Horror, I'm gonna grab my red marker and do horror in red, and then let me cap that, and where's my yellow? Do other in yellow. Other tends to be well, I mean, like last month it was historical, but anything that doesn't fit under these I put under other. Probably contemporaries will fall under there. Alright, so then pages, I'm gonna do yellow for 0 pages. I'll do green for 1 to 50 pages. We'll do light blue for 50 to 100, dark blue 101 to 150, and purple for 151 or more. Then digital is purple. Audio is teal. And physical is magenta. Alright. So here we have the first. I only read that one book, so 205 pages. So the first was here, Saturday. The second, I read 66 pages. Oops. All right, come here, pins. There's the second. The third, I read, 42. Oh, hold on. 42 plus 9 is 51. So the third, I read 51 pages. The fourth, I read 54 pages. All right, now we're getting down. The fifth, I read 9 pages, and then 40 pages on the 6th. So far today, I have read nothing. All right, format. We can go on ahead and do that. So for, both These Is My Words and Castle and Cloister, I have been doing the audio and the ebook. There's 4, 5, 6. 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and then genre. These Is My Words was historical, and we read that. The first, the second, and the third. And then we switched to fantasy. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so my bullet journal there is caught up. I do need to add that I finished These Is My Words on the 3rd, and then started The Castle and the Cloister. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so a quick flip through. Here is March. As you can see, most of the time I read more than 75 pages a day. I have a few days that were less, but the majority were 75. Then April. Again, mostly more than 75. April did have the readathon for the magical readathon. May, I also had a readathon. I want to, this one was the Escape the Readathon? I think that was Escape the Readathon in May. I don't have. Then June, we had the Amazing Readathon, which most days were over 200 pages each day. And then, so there's June. Yeah, July again. Here we have this one. July we have a little more even, but it looks like mostly blues and purples. So 50 to more pages. And then here we are so far in August, and we're sitting between 1 and 100 pages per day, which, I mean, overall, that's okay. It's not horrible, but not as good as I have been doing. So we're actually gonna go on ahead and call it here. I'm not going to do much more of an update on the Castle and the Cloister right now, just because it's gonna become next week's book. I am enjoying it, but at the same time, only being 25% through the book, I don't want to just give that little bit and then leave you stranded for a week. Or people coming in next week and having to come back and watch my measly week. So, The Castle and the Cloister will be on next week's vlog in more detail. And we're just gonna call this week what it is and not beat ourselves up over a reading hangover. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.